Hello everyone. I'm doing another one of my walks, so thought I'd get some of my thoughts off my chest. Right now I'm going through some stuff. I've got some new additions to my family. Had to take in my niece and my nephew. And they're in their teens. So I've got two new kids. One's the upper teens, boy, and one's, lower teens, girl. And, well, it's a little difficult because, they're not your kids. They may be, family. But they're not your kids. You haven't had them your whole life, and therefore you're already kind of starting from. You're already training somebody else's soldiers. Somebody else trained them first, and you have to take over their further training, but you don't know what training went into them to begin with. Well, I am learning a whole bunch of new things, and I am trying my best to do the right thing, which I'm not going to do all the time because I'm human and nobody's perfect except for Jesus Christ, and well, they killed him for it. So these kids, they got their problems, and what kid doesn't? But I am doing my best to try to provide a few things. Like, one, I want to provide a stable home for these kids. I want them to be able to know that they got a little bit of permanency. They've got some roots that are being laid down. I want them to know that I will be there for them. That no matter what, I'm not going anywhere. That no matter what, they're going to have a roof over their head and a full belly at night. The basics. I want them to just not even have to think about these things. That these things are going to naturally be there for them, and they don't have to worry about it. I think that's my main goal, which was my goal for my already existing son and wife and everything. It's just now it's extended to them, which they're in a rocky situation because of me having to take them in. So they might not feel as if some things are permanent, but I want over time, over the years, to show them that it is permanent. And I'm having to be a role model. I'm having to be the man they can look up to, the man who is solid, the man who don't lie, don't steal, don't cheat, all that stuff. Having to show them that there is, show them the way to live life, to the type of person to be, to have integrity, to have, to set those foundations for a good person, a good citizen, a good Christian. Because maybe they haven't had such a good, model for them to follow in the past. So really this makes me have to step up, me have to become a better person myself. And I think that's part of life. I think that's part of what the plan that God set out for us is, children are there to make you better. Because you have to be better for them. You have to set that goal. You have to set that bar for them to reach. And so that they will say, okay, that's what I'm supposed to be. Even if I don't make that bar every time, I know that the bar is set right there, so I should always shoot for that. That's what being a role model is. And I think that's what a lot of people have lost. People say that, sports people or celebrities are role models, that's what you should shoot for. No, the real role models are parents. They're the type of person you're supposed to want to be. And so I'm having to be the type of person that, I would like them to be. So, but, there's problems. Teenage boy, teenage girl, they got attitudes, and there's lies, and there's fights, and there's, this and that. So, but like I keep telling my wife, it's a day-to-day thing. You just take it day by day. And over time, they'll get better. They'll acclimate. If I do my job and I become that role model for them, and I show them the way, they will over time rise to that challenge. They will become better than they are now. They'll become better tomorrow than they were yesterday. And that's my goal. That's my goal for them, for my son. And I think that's how you change the world. You don't change the world by going out there and forcing others to change. You don't go and change the world by going out there and hectoring or badgering or browbeating or just annoying the tar out of people until they change the world. You don't change the world by going out there and making people afraid of you. Therefore, they have to change themselves so that they don't get an adverse reaction from you. No. You teach 1, 2, 3 people how to be a good person. You take that next generation and you show them what a good person is. And then you've just raised 3 good people. And those 3 good people will go out there and raise 1, 2, 3 other good people. And they will touch others' lives. They will be friends. They will be husbands. They will be wives. They will be, they will be colleagues. That will serve as a role model to others. Everybody wants to change the world, but they're talking about large ideas. They're not understanding that the only way you change the world is by individual to individual. You change individuals, and individuals change the world. You can't lift up everyone at the same time. What you do is you lift up one person. You lift up two people. Those people lift up two people. And so on and so forth. And over time, the entire society is uplifted. Now, I'm doing my best. I always live with dread that I am not doing the right thing. That I'm going to fail these kids. That I'm going to not be a good role model. And I want to be a good role model for these kids so that they have a good life. I want them to have a good life. I want them to have the foundation to be able to go out there on their own and build their own good life. Because God knows I went through my struggles. I mean, I was homeless. I was a drunkard. I did massive amounts of drugs. I lied, I cheated, I stole, I, had flings, one night stand type things. I did everything wrong. And then I became a responsible person. I had responsibility for others. And that changed me. And I had to step up. I had to become a better person. I don't want them to have to go through the same muck that I did. I want them to be able to realize that they should be a good person far before I did, because it took me into my 30s to pull myself out of that muck, and nobody pulled me out. I had to pull myself out. That's the thing. I want to try to give them a bridge to walk over the muck. That's the true privilege that people have these days. It is the privilege of the people that came before them, of their parents or their guardians, or whoever's taking care of them, whoever's being their role models, being good role models and showing them the way, showing them how to get past that muck, how to get over it. Showing them where they fell down in the past so that they don't have to fall. That is the true privilege that we have these days. And you should be grateful. And I hope one day they are grateful. I hope one day they look back and they go, you know what? I was a good man. And I really, that would touch me so deeply if the people that I'm trying to help actually think well of me in the future. And that will be my reward. That will be my privilege. And I will be grateful for that. Well, to all of you out there that are going through the same struggle, just remember, day by day, man, day by day, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. It's going to take a long, long time. Just remember, like the prodigal son, the kids are going to test you. They're going to they're going to say that you're stupid. You know nothing. And they're going to go off on their own. They're going to do stupid things. But if you have laid a foundation, if you have become that rock that they can rely on, they will be able to come back to you, even with fear in their heart that you will reject them. But somewhere deep down, they know that once you come home, once they come home, the doors will be thrown open, the feast will be laid, and they will be welcomed back with open arms. My son is home, my son is home. One day they will appreciate you. One day they will appreciate you being there, you being that rock that they rely on. So don't falter. Be a better person, because they need you to be. God bless. Have a nice day.